Hello my people, Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? To all my new subscribers, welcome. And my returning subscribers, you all know I love you. Guys, let's talk these Kate issues. So we just heard for the trooping of color, Kate show up. How about Kate's children? And the tabloids were saying lots of stuff. It's like a lot of stuff there. Because these people, they have no ability to stay quiet. So they're spilling the beans by themselves. And the people also took it to the internet. So there's this ministry of Hack, UK. Yeah, that brother says good stuff. I believe he's one of the Sussex squad, the white one. Yeah, he's a good brother. He says he tells the truth. So guess what he came and say here? Apparently there's a magician called Darren Brown. I believe so, if I do remember the name. So that guy is a magician, an illusionist. That's what you call him. So apparently they had a meet and greet with Kate somewhere, and Kate slipped a piece of paper in his hands saying help. That's the only word that was written on that piece of paper. I do not know how it's true, but I'm gonna let y'all guys listen to the brother here, because he said that magician is not just someone from the streets, someone who could come up with lies, but we don't know, because it's just he say she say. I'm gonna put that video and y'all guys gonna listen to it. And remember, few years ago there was something that was said about Whitney Houston. Apparently Whitney Houston did give a piece of paper to Brandy, and there was a camera rolling, and a few days after that the sister was gone. So is that the same game here? I don't know. So y'all, please drop your comments below here. It's not me saying it. I'm gonna put this one here so y'all could listen to it. Okay, let's listen. Yeah, so the ministry of Hack is on TikTok, so y'all guys could go there and look for the brother, so y'all could watch his videos.
What the actual, is this for real? How did we miss it? Darren Brown, verified account, world famous illusionist, performer and magician, is saying, wait for it, on the 14th of December 2023, Kate pushed a note into his hand at the Royal Variety performance with a simple word on the note, which was help in capital letters. I mean, if this was true, why wasn't this tweet going mega worldwide in December, right through the period when Catherine was missing? This is the first time I've seen it. Is this the first time you've seen it? Comments are open, would love your opinion. And seriously, this guy is respected. He's not part of the Tin Hat Brigade in a dark corner of Twitter. This is a guy that's a global statesman that's really admired for the work he does in the arts and magic. I'm getting really concerned as time moves on. The stories in the press, the drip of other people being pushed front and centre into the royal family. This is absolutely mad. What do you think? Comments are open.
So guys, isn't this concerning? So this is one of the newest things that we've heard so far. So this is telling me there is something. Apparently this illusionist is somebody really very well respected. I believe in England. I don't know who it is, but whoever knows who the guy is, well, we're probably gonna find out. So the guy actually wrote an article about that, a post about it. I believe that post is either on Instagram or on Twitter. That's why it looks, or maybe on Facebook, one or the other, because there is a little blue check mark by Darren Brown. That's his name. So he did write that post somewhere there. Is it the truth? I don't know. And y'all know there's some other really well detailed video from the Australian royal reporters I don't know if they're royal reporters or they just a bunch of tabloids with themselves. But I want y'all guys to listen. Please listen, and also put your comments below about this one here. Everything is turning into something. It's becoming very concerning. And guess what? To y'all, my queens and my kings who do not want to hear about these people, guess what? They talk about our sister. If anything here happens to Meghan, they will make it a horrible out here for everyone to even listen to. So when it's theirs, we're not going to keep quiet either. We're going to expose theirs out here too. So there will also be a peace. What they do to us, we're going to give it back, right back at them. So let's go to this juicy, catty mess. Okay, let's listen to this one here from Australian media.
It's the question that has taken over the internet. Where is Kate Middleton? Now, this is easy to dismiss as some sort of tinfoil hat conspiracy, but there are some very strange elements to this story, particularly when you look at the timeline of dates. So let's go back in time and do that. 12th of September 2023, Kate Middleton reveals a finger injury, which she claimed happened when she was trampolining with her kids. Innocent enough. Then, 3 weeks later, on the 5th of October, Kate is pictured with 2 fingers still bandaged together. Seems like it must have been a pretty rough trampolining injury. On the 22nd of December, Wills and Kate announced an official trip to Italy, scheduled for early 2024. Now, if you're planning major surgery of any kind for early 2024, it seems unlikely that you would also announce a trip to Italy at the same time. Then, December 25, Christmas Day 2023, the last verified public appearance of Kate Middleton, and also of the 3 children. Everyone looks happy and healthy. December 28, 3 days later, an ambulance with police escort is seen flying out of Sandringham, where the royal family was spending Christmas. There was no statement from the royals as to what that was about. Then, January 17, 2024.
The Princess of Wales' condition potentially more serious, admitted to this London private hospital on Tuesday, undergoing planned abdominal surgery described as successful. At this stage, the palace won't say exactly why the princess required surgery, choosing to keep her diagnosis private. But she is likely to stay in hospital for up to 2 weeks. All her engagements expected to be cancelled until after Easter.
It's announced that Kate Middleton is recovering in a hospital called the London Clinic. Now, during those 2 weeks, there are no reports of visits from her parents, her siblings, or her children. On January 18th, the day after surgery, Prince William visits the London Clinic. It was the first and last time he was known to visit, where she was allegedly in the clinic for another 2 weeks. On January 24, UK papers report that the inner circle of the Waleses were shocked to hear of Kate's surgery and that they weren't aware of any health issues. January 26, King Charles reportedly visits Kate in hospital, but still no known visits from her kids or parents or family. January 28, Spanish journalist Concha Calleja claims Kate Middleton is in an induced coma after her surgery, and she cited unnamed palace sources. The next day, on January 29, Kensington Palace claims that Kate was discharged from the London Clinic to continue her recovery at home. At this point, Kate hasn't been seen publicly in over...
My people, are y'all listening to this? Isn't everything suspicious enough? Someone who had a trip scheduled to go to Italy and then all of a sudden had a scheduled surgery. English is their own language. Scheduled means it was planned in advance. Isn't that right? So when you have a scheduled surgery, a health issue, which is a priority in everyone's life, but you had a scheduled visit, planned visit to Italy, and you also had a scheduled intervention, surgery. Speaking of surgical intervention, so y'all guys, our sister Churchinelli has a planned intervention also. So y'all guys, please keep her in our prayers. All the squatties, let's pray for our sister, Church Nelly. Church Nelly, we're praying for you and we love you. Yeah. So you have your scheduled surgery. There's emergency surgery and there's planned surgery. And these people said she had a scheduled planned surgery. And meanwhile, she had her calendar was full. Y'all people, who y'all guys tried to play with? Let's continue this video. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm looking for Culture Caeja's number.
Her kids or parents or family. January 28, Spanish journalist Concha Calleja claims Kate Middleton is in an induced coma after her surgery, and she cited unnamed palace sources. The next day, on January 29, Kensington Palace claims that Kate was discharged from the London clinic to continue her recovery at home. At this point, Kate hasn't been seen publicly in over 35 days, and there are no photos of her exiting the hospital. On February 1, Palace aides slammed the Spanish journalist's story, which is a bit odd because they rarely comment on rumours. February 5, King Charles announces his cancer diagnosis, but doesn't say what it is or how bad it is. On the same day, UK Magazine published an article which said Kate's recovery would now be 9 months and not 3. 2 days later, on February 7, Prince Harry jets to London for a fly-in, fly-out hospital visit to see his dad. It lasted all of 45 minutes. Queen Camilla also visited the King a number of times. But you know who didn't visit? William. Nor did he issue any kind of public well wishes. On February 9, reports emerged that Kate is, quote, on the mend and has left Windsor to continue recovering at Sandringham. On February 20, Prince William puts out a statement on their joint social media account talking about the conflict in the Middle East, but there is no mention of Kate. William also used his solo monogram at the top, which he used to use before he was married. February 27, Prince William cancels his appearance and reading at his godfather's memorial service at the last minute, citing personal reasons. And in the same breath, he says that Kate is doing well. Now, it's a big deal for someone like the future King of England to pull out of an event like this at the last minute, and also just tack on that his wife is fine. Now, at that point, it had been 9 weeks since Kate and their children had been seen publicly. That didn't pass the online smell test, so the next day, on February 28, the hashtag #WhereIsKateMiddleton started trending. The day after that hashtag started trending, on February 29, Kensington Palace released a statement addressing the online rumours. A spokesperson for Princess Kate said, "We were very clear from the outset that the Princess of Wales was out until after Easter, and Kensington Palace would only be providing updates when something was significant." The spokesperson reiterated the Princess was, quote, doing well. On March 4, this photo emerges. It's seemingly Kate Middleton being driven by her mum in a black Audi near Windsor Castle. And it's safe to say that Kate looks different, particularly her chin. 6 days later, on March 10, the royal account posted this picture, and oh boy. The caption read, "Thank you for your kind wishes and continued support over the last 2 months. Wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day, and signing off with a cheerful C for Catherine." Surely that's going to keep everybody happy and leave questions about the princess's health answered, right? Wrong. Providing updates when something was significant. The spokesperson reiterated the princess was, quote, doing well. On March 4, this photo emerges. It's seemingly Kate Middleton being driven by her mum in a black Audi near Windsor Castle. And it's safe to say that Kate looks different, particularly her chin. 6 days later, on March 10, the royal account posted this picture, and oh boy. The caption read, "Thank you for your kind wishes and continued support over the last 2 months. Wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day," and signing off with a cheerful C for Catherine. Surely that's going to keep everybody happy and leave questions about the princess's health answered, right? Wrong. Almost instantly it became clear that the photo was edited, like very edited, and not very well either. And the major photo agencies who released these photos noticed that too, and just hours later issued what's called a kill notice because the source appeared to have been modified. The royal PR team went into overdrive, and then this tweet was posted by the social media account attributed to Kate. In a statement, Kate allegedly says, "Like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion that the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. I hope everyone celebrating had a very happy Mother's Day. C. For Catherine." What a mess. The internet went into overdrive after that announcement. Theories went viral, like this one, which made a rather striking case that the photo was actually taken in November of 2023. And some claim that the image is actually a reworking of her Vogue magazine cover from 2016. And that brings us to March 11, and this vague paparazzi image, which shows William in a car seated next to someone who may or may not be his wife Kate. Now, Kensington Palace is standing by their claim that Kate will return to public duties after restock. Whether or not that happens is yet to be seen, but one thing is certain. This situation is a mess, and it was made worse by Kensington Palace and their clumsy moves.
Now we have another second Australian. She has a big channel on what do you call it? TikTok. Philosophilia .video. So y'all need to go watch her there too. She says wonderful stuff about Harry and Meghan as well.
The formal contract between Crown and State can no longer be observed or enforced inside royal domestic spaces, and effectively no civic authority polices the family and its interactions. A troubling hypothetical suggests itself. What if there were a tragic accident, some domestic catastrophe? These things happen, even in the finest houses. What if there were no witnesses, or only ones who could be kept quiet? How would the machine run then? This video is speculation, not allegation, and its intent is to raise questions about the latitude granted to the royal family since its domestic sphere became closed to state monitoring. If, as it turns out, there is at least essential truth to the current palace narrative, and Princess Catherine is indeed battling cancer, I offer my sincere condolences and wish her a speedy recovery. But if this sudden, unprecedented, oddly mismanaged absence were in fact due to an unexpected and critical demise, how would the palace scramble to manage the threat? When it was announced that Catherine had had major surgery in January and would be out of action until April, there were eyebrows raised about the suddenness of the news and the long recovery time. But whatever, she's a princess. But as it slowly became clear that unlikely to return to public duties actually meant won't be seen at all anywhere except in extraordinarily rare, grainy, unconfirmed paparazzi long shots, will not give the briefest of updates with honest current photos, will not, in fact, make any concessions to contemporary standards of accountability and transparency, then more than eyebrows began to be raised. Even the BBC had felt moved to point out when reporting Kate's surgery, the princess had a full diary in December, and there was no indication that she was unwell during public appearances. So here's a brutal truth that perhaps the compliant, complacent media are preventing the palace from seeing. If you want to stop people speculating, you're going to need to give them hard proof.
Yeah, she has a point here. If you do not want me sitting here in the park in the United States of America to speculate about what's happening in your kingdom, and why is my nose in your kingdom's issue? Well, Kate is the one who started this nonsense here about my sister Meghan Markle. She started with the little nonsense that Meghan made her cry during her wedding. Do y'all remember that? And after that came all the hate towards Meghan Markle. So that's why I need to know everything about her. So y'all, on the people of the UK, the people who pay for your luxury life. You own them the truth. Why aren't you telling people the truth? What happened to the lady? Well, I'm gonna let this Australian wonderful sister here talk about it. She's saying it better than me. Let's listen to Philosophilia.video.
Media are preventing the palace from seeing. If you want to stop people speculating, you're going to need to give them hard proof, the old-fashioned way. And you do want to stop people speculating because it is far too easy to remember those famously fiery Kensington Palace arguments. Perhaps William tried Charles's infamous line to Diana on Catherine. Did you really expect me to be the first Prince of Wales not to take a mistress? An angry tussle? An unlucky fall? A shocking, impossible tragedy? Even the hypothetical is treasonous. But an incident in which William is implicated, perhaps culpable? Instant constitutional crisis. The king is old and ill. Now both his sons are out of the picture, and there's no Catherine to play regent to George. Unless the ailing Charles and the hidebound palace machinery can make a deal with Harry, the House of Windsor would fall, probably taking the monarchy with it, and no doubt tanking the British economy. That's why the appearance of deception in this matter has me so worried. It is easy in such a situation to consider deception well justified, and so to be willing not to question the palace's story or the prince's integrity. But the British royals gained a black American fan base, then enraged it. And as a result, there are thousands of indignant, small R Republican, firmly feminist eyes focused on the palace's treatment of women who marry in. American conversations now reach English lounge rooms. They're articulate, pointed, forthright, and often influential, and they do question the prince's integrity. And a prince with suspect integrity cannot hold a crumbling kingdom together. Were the palace faced with any scandal that could even appear to implicate a prince in the line of succession, I do not for 1 second believe there would be the slightest impulse to or question of disclosure. The palace would craft and deploy a carefully designed narrative, albeit from the back foot and not without stumble. How their behind-the-scenes disaster management protocols operate, I can't begin to imagine. But we know how the PR machine works. First, they request privacy, which apparently, at least in this case, inhibits the paparazzi. Otherwise, why are they not clustered, camping out around Windsor, elbowing each other out of the best spots to snap a passing royal car? The hottest missing person in current affairs internationally apparently left...
Yeah, that is a good point that she gave. How come the paparazzi, TMZ, is not hanging out at the Windsor to check and record who is coming in and out? 2-3 days ago, y'all told us again, Kate went shopping somewhere. Some people saw her buying sausage. And guess what? There were no videos, no proof, nothing, no picture whatsoever. So you want to tell me the monarchy controls everybody on the streets of the UK and tells everybody, please do not take our picture when you see us? And princes who's been missing for how long? 6 months. Those people just said, guess what? I'm just going to keep my phone to myself. I'm not going to film her. Are you serious? In the country where people are starving right now, they're using food banks to get food? You telling me those people did not want to even take a picture? They do not know how it works out here when you have those kind of pictures, rare pictures, you can sell them and get yourself money? I don't know if the UK public is that dominant. I don't know, but anyway, who am I to say I don't live in the UK and I don't know how those people function? I don't know if that's what their government tells them. When you see us, please do not take our pictures. Oh gosh, if you do, you're gonna get arrested. That's possible. Y'all said Kate is going out there to the market. She went shopping, but we couldn't see no pictures. Nothing. Let's continue with the Philosophilia video on TikTok. She's making points.
How the PR machine works. First, they request privacy, which apparently, at least in this case, inhibits the paparazzi. Otherwise, why are they not clustered, camping out around Windsor, elbowing each other out of the best spots to snap a passing royal car? The hottest missing person in current affairs internationally apparently left the royal compound on at least 2 separate occasions, and all we got is 2 dubious photos. It's almost like those shots were staged and planted. Either way, why is the documentation as threadbare as the narrative? Concerned citizens across the Commonwealth and beyond are not violating Kate's privacy when they demand she be presented live. They're just wanting solid proof it hasn't already been far more grossly violated. But wait, royal mouthpieces report that while Kate's convalescing, William is taking the kids to school every day. And if the kids are okay, then Mum must be okay, right? Someone was all up in my comments. We have video of him taking the kids to school. I swear, I've seen it. No, you haven't. The most recent video of the family walking to school is from last September. And those images were shamelessly reused by outlets recirculating the drip-fed, text-only story of William the Good Dad stepping up. Again, how easy would it be to get current shots of William dropping the kids to school on his own, if indeed he is? And how much would those images be worth? Odd that no one's covering it. Still, no leaks from the school either. If the royal children have been distraught or suddenly begun boarding, no one's mentioned it. Nothing's leaked anywhere. Maybe I'm just being alarmist after all, I thought. I expect we'll see her soon. And then we got the farm shop video. I thought I'd talked myself down from my worst fears about Catherine's absence, but I watched quite a few analyses of the video, and between them they looked at everything. There's the timing of the release, a hearsay report from one outlet, a bit of bystander video from another. Plant the idea, provide the evidence. Tidy, effective, professional. There's the oddness of this very performative little outing. The way the William figure keeps his capped head down, while the Kate figure, trademark hair rippling as she strides ahead, laughs back at William, lifts her smiling face slightly toward the camera, then modestly lowers it again. Yet somehow no little knots of locals have gathered to greet the princess after her very public, extended